Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Happy Self-Care Sunday. For a lot of us, this is a day that we take to pay special attention to ourselves, whether it's through prayer, meditation, self-reflection, therapy, shampooing, conditioning our hair, cleaning the house, cooking a wholesome meal for our family and loved ones, and or all of the above. I probably left out a few things, but as you can see, my hair is a little limp looking, and I've got a conditioner treatment going on my hair and my scalp. But I wanted to pop on and say happy Self-Care Sunday. You have to remember to take a little bit of time out for yourself to take care of and nurture yourself so that you can pass that love on to someone else. Okay? So again, welcome back to my channel. This is Color Me Bad Lynn, back with another segment of Dear Color Me. So welcome back. On my channel, of course, we talk about all things beauty. Anything you can think of that has to do with beauty, we get into it. Family, love, romance, relationships, and faith, and whatever else you want to talk about. I've got a subscriber that sent me a message that they would like for me to see me dance to Diana Ross's new song. Thank you. And I downloaded it today, so that video will be coming. I'll probably do a little bit of a chair dance for you, but I will definitely come on and celebrate for and with you. So look out for that video. So again, welcome back to my channel. I am in the middle of a hair conditioning treatment for myself, but I wanted to come on and share this question that I received about 2 weeks ago. There's several questions that I wanted to come on and address and just give my point of view on it. If you disagree, leave a comment send me an email. But this is what I thought. This said questionnaire sent me the question, and so I thought I'd come on and answer it. Okay. So the first question that I want to touch is this one is sent by, and I'm not going to disclose the name because I think this person is still dealing with the person that she's referring to or asking about or how she should handle the situation. And it says, I see this a lot on social media too, by the way, so that's why I wanted to come on and address this question. It says, Dear Color Me, we'll start with this one. What attracts you to a man after the obvious? Of course, what they mean by obvious would be physical attraction, what they do for a living sometimes, and then also, how they treat you, things of that nature. So that's what they mean by the obvious. Something that attracts me, or I'm attracted to from a male is, in the age that I am now, most men my age and women, most, not all, have children. And some of us have grandchildren, okay? And so what attracts me to a man, once as we're getting to know each other, if they do have children and or grandchildren, is them having a relationship with their children or grandchildren. Because I think I've stated on several videos that I have children. I have one that's grown, one that just entered high school, and then I have 2 grandchildren, girls. And so something that attracts me to a gentleman that I'm getting to know, seeing, dating, courting, whatever, or they're courting me, is their relationship with their children. Okay? If they have children, if they have grandchildren, what their relationship is. For me, if they have a good relationship with their children, whether they raised them and they were married to their mother, the mother of those children or not, it lets me know that they have room in their heart space for my children and my grandchildren if we were to take it that far in a relationship. So that means they have tolerance for children. That means they have a heart space for children. And so that is something that I do look for, or I do look at, is if they do have children, whether or not they have a good relationship with them. And so that to me is extremely attractive. I don't know why, but I just feel like if a man has a good relationship with his children and or grandchildren, it just shows what type of a person and what type of a heart he has for someone outside of himself. So that's just something that's attractive to me. I have several other things, but that is really, really attracting. That attracts me. I like that aspect. So without going into deep detail with that, and how healthy the relationship is too, because that has a lot to do with it as well. Because some people you will find have relationships with their children and grandchildren, but they're more like friendships. And that's okay once you get to a certain age, in life. You become, you become friends with your parents. I know that at the end, especially of my mom's journey here on this earth, we became friends in the very end part of me being her caregiver. We became friends. And I would have never thought in a million years that would have happened. But we did. We became friends. And so that can happen. But I think that those things kind of happen a little bit later on down the line in life. But with younger children and grandchildren, I think just having a healthy relationship with them knowing who you are, and things of that nature. I think that's really, really important in a mate. And a friendship and a relationship for me with the gentleman is a relationship with his children. Okay, so that is one of the questions, and that was a good question. I don't know, I'm not gonna disclose who sent that question to me, but that was a really, really good question. So I'm looking through my notes to see what other questions I want to come on and answer today. I've got one other one that well, I don't know if I want to answer that one today. I want to keep it positive. But there is one question that I wanted to come on and answer, and I'm trying to see if I can find it. And this was pretty good. Oh, okay, so yes, this one I see a lot on social media also. So I wanted to come on and address this. And this one got sent to me like maybe 2 weeks after I started my YouTube channel, and I was like, oh, it's too early to come on and start talking about this. I'm getting my feet wet. I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't know the direction that God wants me to take this channel, and so I didn't want to come on and just get started in on topics and subjects like this. But I pray about everything, and so I got the green light to come on and answer this question. So we're gonna get into this. Okay. The question is, Dear Color Me, how would you deal with being slut shamed by a gentleman that I've been intimate with? He posts subliminal messages on social media, and I know it's directed towards me. Okay, I'm gonna read that again so you guys can actually hear the question. But it says, Dear Color Me, how would you deal with being slut shamed by a gentleman that you've been, it says I have been, talking about the person that I have been intimate with. He posts subliminal messages on social media, and I know it's directed towards me. Well, first off, I want to start off by saying I would not give that person the benefit of the doubt of calling them a gentleman. I wouldn't. That's your choice, but I wouldn't. I wouldn't say anything negative, but I wouldn't put him in a category of a gentleman, because that's something that you just, that's a golden rule, that, once you become a certain age in life, if you're still out here kissing and telling, and shaming people for deeds that were done and shared between the two of you, that's not gentleman behavior. So it's not. If you get mad about it and your toes get stepped on, say ouch. But that's not gentleman behavior. That's not gentleman behavior or ladylike behavior or queen behavior. If a female does that, it's not appropriate. People do it. I see it all the time on social media. I got 2 different social media pages for Facebook, several for Instagram. I see it all day, every day. Men calling women the B word, the H word, talking bad about their children's mom, and ex, wives and things of that nature. I mean, it's a place where people vent. So sometimes that's the only outlet that a human being has to say what they have to say. But for me, if it's someone that I have been intimate with or shared an intimate conversation, it doesn't have to be physical or sexual. It could just be a conversation that you've had with a said gentleman, as you called them. And they exploit some of that information by joking about it in a meme or a derogatory or a negative or angry comment on social media. That just lets you know what type of a person you were dealing with or that you dealt with. And I would just recommend to stop checking this page. Or stop following that person. Or sometimes you have to go as far as to block people on social media. Not so much because you don't like them or love them or care for them, or that you're not still cool with them or have a heart space for them. But if there's something that someone is posting on their social media pages or whatever that you feel is directed toward you, you have the right not to look. It's just not that serious. If you're checking somebody's page, for whatever reason, that means that you still have feelings for that person, in my opinion. I don't know. I could be wrong, but that's what I think. I know that there are people that I've been friends with on social media, and now I'm not, for whatever reason. Because sometimes people tend to be a little petty on social media, and they like to say whatever they have to say to people, and you don't know if that gentleman king was talking to you. So if it's really bothering you that much, you could, if you have contact with them, ask them. You're an adult, he's an adult, so you should be able to have that conversation with him, and if it's a female, with her. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I would handle that. Just stop checking his page. The thing about that whole slut shaming thing, is that just lets you know, again, what type of person you were dealing with or you dealt with. And I wouldn't take it personal. Most of the time when people do things like that, they're really talking about themselves. They're really talking about themselves, I'm not saying everybody that does things like that are empty on the inside, but there's a void. And if that's the only way that they can express demeaning another human being, then that's the route that they'll take to get their anger and frustration out on whoever reads it. It doesn't necessarily have to be directed towards you. You don't know if you're the only female that he's dealing with or that he's been with intimate. If you're single, nowadays single means I got somebody, but I'm gonna talk to you too. That doesn't mean, when people tell you they're single nowadays, that doesn't mean that they're not messing around with somebody or talking to someone or seeing someone else. It just doesn't. Now for me, if I say I'm single, that means I'm not dating anybody. But for a lot of people, I found that doesn't always mean that they're not seeing other people. So you have to get that understanding, okay, you're single. So are you seeing anybody? Are you talking to anybody? Are you dating anybody? Do you have anybody that you're broken up from and you guys are giving each other space and a break? Or are you married, separated, divorced? You have to ask those questions if this is somebody that you may be interested in. Because once again, once you become intimate with a person, whether it's through conversation, physical touch, sex, emotional, spiritual, you become connected with that person, and you begin to intertwine with that person. So you have to be careful who you talk to and who you share personal information with, because there is a connection that is developed by the first conversation. Even if what the person is giving you, the information that they've given you, is a lie just to get your sympathy and to gain attention from you. You got to watch that. So I wouldn't take that personal. You may be a little bit sensitive in that area. You may feel a little bit of guilt from dealing with that person and now not having a relationship with them. So that's why we have to be careful who we are intimate with through conversation, physically and spiritually, because once again, Those soul ties begin through conversation. So we have to be careful who we connect spirits with. Okay. So for me, like I said, I would just stop watching his page. If you're clicking on his page every day, seeing what he's posting, and things of that nature, that means that you care. Then you have to think, is he doing the same for you? Is he checking your page? Is he checking to see what you're posting? And things of that nature. So you have to create balance and boundaries for yourself so that you don't get your heart involved in situations that they don't belong. And you can get to know people and be cool with people and have conversations with people and not get connected to them emotionally, so that you don't get your heart broken every time somebody gives you their phone number, or vice versa. You got to learn how to have boundaries, because everybody is not meant to be connected in an actual relationship. So you can go down the person's page and find out what type of person they are just by the things that they post and how they talk. And that should let you know whether or not that's a person you want to be intimate with, just by how they talk. If you intertwine with somebody that posts a bunch of angry posts and things of that nature, that's probably what you're going to end up getting. That is a part of who that person is. So you can't blame them for being themselves. So you have to guard yourself in that way. And don't be ashamed if you've been intimate with that person and then it's no longer existent. It happened. If you're a Christian and you're saved, or you're, struggling in that area, repent and move on. No condemnation, but just stop checking his or her page, and that'll keep you from worrying and be concerned or getting your feelings hurt. Okay? All right. So those are the 2 questions I wanted to come on and answer. I have a couple more here, but my hair is starting to dry, and I don't want it to get too dry before I start working with it. But those are 2 questions that were lingering that I wanted to come on and answer. I thought they were really, really good questions, and I hope they help someone, because like I said, I see that a lot on social media. Okay, so that's what people do nowadays. You just have to. The next question, let's do one more, and then I'm gonna hop off of here. Oh, and if you guys see my little mini TV back here, this television right here has the video fireplace going. If you guys have Netflix, they have these videos on Netflix. I absolutely love these videos. I'm so glad they put them on early this year. They're normally for the holiday, fall, and winter seasons. They have these on Netflix. There's like 2 or 3 of them you can choose from. I love these. And you can click on them. They have some, like this one has holiday music playing in the background. You can just turn it down, mute it, and just play this on a nice day like today, even though it's hot as fire outside. These are so romantic, especially if you have a larger television in another room and you're entertaining and you don't have a fireplace in your home and you like that flame, the ambiance that it gives you. These are so nice. So I wanted to, you'll probably be seeing a lot of that in some of my videos in the cooler months, because I love that. Netflix. Okay, so let's hit our next question, and then I'm going to hop off of here, because like I said, it only takes 2 minutes for my hair to dry since I cut it all off. So it is definitely ready to go. Okay, so this is our last question for Self-Care Sunday. Dear Color Me, how do I handle being in the company of a energy vampire? A lot of that going around out here. Well, I'll start by saying that, energy vampires are normally connected or attracted to empaths, people who absorb energy and feel everything from everybody. Like if you're the type of person that can just sit in the room and feel everybody's pain, everybody's sorrow, you can hear people's thoughts and things of that nature, you're an empath. It's a gift. But with that, what comes with that is that energy vampires are normally attracted to you. So you have to be careful and keep your guards up around people like that, because they will suck all the life out of you. So you got to be careful. Got to be careful with that. So my answer to that question is just keep your guard up when you're around people like that. If you have a spirit of discernment, you know as soon as you come in contact with somebody like that, that's what they are. Because you'll feel yourself starting to get drained and depleted quickly. And you just have to keep your guard up. You want to be connected to people who your energy you are connected to that has the similar energy as you. They don't have to be an empath, but someone who you can bounce off of and grow from and nurture each other. You're going to be around people like that all your life. You can't avoid people. You know, like I said, you got all these different people on here talking about how to avoid a narcissist and how to avoid this person. Don't be around that person. That's almost humanly impossible in this world that we live in. We are all created differently. Some people use their gifts and talents for good, and some people for evil. And so there are people in this world that are put in your life that are narcissists, that are energy vampires, that can bless your life. It all depends on the situation and how you look at a thing, because you can learn from anybody, but you have to keep your guard up from people like that if they use their gift in the wrong way. And you will know right away. You know, people who are not givers and they just take, that's who you have to look out for. It's just that simple. Just keep your guard up, you know. You'll get tired of getting drained around certain people and you go home and just, that's an energy vampire. So that's how you know. And you just have to keep your guard up. Like I said, you can't avoid people. You can't live your life in a bubble, 24 hours a day. You can go back into your shell and your hole and your cave when you get home. But when you come in contact with the outside world, you got everything coming at you. So you have to learn how to have the spirit of discernment and keep your protection and your armor on so that they don't penetrate to the point of where you just wilt away and you're no good for anyone. Okay, so that was my answer to that question again. How do you handle being in the company of an energy vampire? And my answer is simple. Just keep your guards up. Okay. Well, that's all for me. Again, this is Sunday self-care for me. You got to scrub it and rub it down and shampoo it, massage it, cleanse it, condition it, and keep yourself healthy. Detox, take your vitamins, steam, moisturize, and keep it positive. All right. So blessings to everybody out there in YouTube land. I really appreciate everybody's love, encouragement. I even appreciate the negative comments. I like barkers too. So keep it coming. Make sure you leave me a comment below. Send me an email if you have any personal questions of me or anything that you would like to see me do or talk about. Like I said, I've got a subscriber who wants me to come on and dance to Diana Ross's new song, and I'm going to do just that. It's going to be a chair dance, but I'm going to show you what I'm working with from the chair. So check out our next video. We have part 2 of Dear Color Me coming on in the next couple of days, and I've got some really heavy hitter questions that I'm going to come on and answer, and I'm going to back them up with scripture. So if the wolves come for me, you got to go through God to get to me. Always know that. Be blessed. Peace.